Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Cooking with Chaeli. This week we are making chocolate chip cookies. Before you start making your cookie dough, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. The ingredients you'll need are vanilla, eggs, oats, salt, syrup, butter, baking soda, and chocolate chips. The recipe does call for brown sugar and sugar, but today I will be using syrup. And also the recipe calls for flour, but today I'll be doing oats. Before we make the cookies, let's go wash our hands. Now that we've washed our hands, now let's get 1 cup butter softened. The butter is already softened, so I'm just going to put it inside the bowl. Now that we put the butter inside the bowl, let's go wash our hands. Now that we've put the butter in the bowl and washed our hands, let's clean up any butter spills that we put on the counter. The next ingredient is 2 eggs. When you crack the eggs, you can either do it on your stove, out of your bowl. Just make sure you don't get any eggshells in your cookies. So if you have to, have a parent help you. And if you do get any eggshells in your bowl mixture, don't worry. It's not the end of the world. Just take them out and continue making your cookies. The next ingredient is 1 teaspoon salt. Make sure that your measuring spoon is even with salt, because if it's too much salt in it, then it'll taste too salty. If it doesn't have enough salt in it, then it won't taste really good. The next ingredient is 1 teaspoon baking soda. Like I said before with the salt, make sure that your measuring spoon is even so that the cookie batter won't get ruined. The recipe would normally call for 3 cups flour, but today I'm doing oats. Just add in enough chocolate chips until you feel like the cookie dough is complete with it. Let's put the cookie dough on the sheet. Your cookies take around 10 to 12 minutes, or wait until you can start smelling them and check them to see if they're golden brown. Why don't you come up while I explain to you the life lesson to this episode?
I was just thinking about the more that I ingredients.
I'm back, people.
Mr. Management, where were you?
I was where my services were appreciated.
Where was that?
Nicaragua, what?
Not what? What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
By the way, I was managing a VPS operation. Fine, I was managing the kitchen.
Mr. Management.
Fine, I was a chef, but a very managed one.
Were you managing or were you cooking?
Cooking.
Wow, that's a shocker.
Poor kids.
Yeah.
What's the lesson?
Well, as I was saying before you rudely interrupted me, that I was thinking about of how the more I added ingredients, the closer I got to my goal of making the cookies. And that also reminded me of how we can get closer to God. Some people don't want to draw closer to God or don't want, because then they can't audibly hear Him, and so they don't do it. But if you do take 5 minutes.
Who was that? Ah! Oh! Sorry.
As I was saying, what if you do and take 5 minutes and try and listen to God, then it shows that you care to draw closer to Him.
Is this part of the floor, or is this food or something?
I think that's food. As I was saying, and if you do want to draw closer to God and do that, then you'll want to do it for longer than 5 minutes, like 10, 20, 30, and so forth. The closer you draw to God, the closer God will draw to you. And when you do draw close to God, amazing things can happen. I'm not saying amazing things will happen all the time, but just being a friend to God is good enough. Well, that's the end of this week's video. I hope you have a great week, and remember, you're a blessing, and Jesus is the point. Have a great week, guys. Bye.
I have management issues.
You do.
Yeah.
How good is it, Sarah?
They're good.
How are they?
They good because I love to